speaking of the name Sanders, the Colorado Buffalo, um, they have had the worst start through the 3 game stretch under the Coach Prime era. If y'all are a player of today, Coach Prime comes knocking on y'all door post the Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders era. Or y'all picking up what Coach Prime is putting down in terms of recruiting and believing that you could go to Colorado and that can be a winning organization?
No.
Well, I would ask Darnell, but we know that's going
Why wouldn't it be? Coach, he had 4 draft picks in there. I would totally believe in him. Why wouldn't I? He has
I
the
can't get a
ability. He's
read on
shown it,
this
right?
nigga.
I'm serious. Did he not have four
No,
draft
no,
picks?
no, no. Oh, and I see what he's doing, and I'm not even saying it
I'm
like
not
you're
even
doing
being. I'm
something
not trolling. That's
intentional.
real
Yeah,
life.
you're not trolling. You're being, yeah, no, I feel where you're coming from. But you saying he got 4 draft picks, Izzo saying no. Um, I don't think I'm going either, bro. I think I'm cool on that edit. I think I'm cool on that recruitment.
And it's really no like this against his coaching or anything, bro.
No,
It's
Neil,
just
hold on, hold on.
if
Forgive
I'm a
me,
recruit,
Izzo. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I,
I just want to say something real quick because I'm looking at Darnell's reaction. I'm saying post Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders era. They're not there, and Coach Sanders is trying to recruit you. Or you still trying to go to Colorado knowing that Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter are no longer there. Webster, they're gone. Is that still like, do you still believe in Coach Prime and their program? That's what I'm asking in terms of recruitment. Post, you still going?
I
think it
guess.
just depends.
I got that, man. I'm just confused on just like one moment y'all say these guys are so whatever, but Coach Prime had technically nothing to do with it, is what y'all telling me based on your reaction and how I feel about it. I'm like, did he not just rebuild this organization? Did he not just have 4 or 5 draft picks in the last 2 years? Like, I don't I that's pretty significant for a team that was not really thought about, especially on offense or defense. Like, I would I guess I don't know what to believe anymore at this point.
I think it's easy to say you wouldn't go there now, right? Like, and in their first year, probably it would have been a lot of people who said, "Nah, I wouldn't want to go there," right? I think the reason I'm saying I wouldn't want to go to their recruitment, or I wouldn't want to be recruited by them, is in the post Shador Travis Hunter era, is because you're in a situation now where you don't truly know who the quarterback is. So if you were a receiver, certainly not trying to go there because you don't know who you're supposed to be developing chemistry with. That's one. Then two, on the defensive side of the ball, they still can't stop a cold in the summertime. And so I just like I don't. Maybe you could say they rebuilding because they lost marquee pieces, and that's what we're witnessing right now. They're rebuilding, so it's gonna look ugly. But you could also argue like, hey, you've had 3 years to start to try to like develop guys, recruit guys, even though this is the transfer portal era. You got to be able to sustain. It's not looking as if though there's been a plan in place post the Shador Travis Hunter era. Those guys are great, so obviously when they leave, you're going to be lacking a lot. But you could argue like they have looked the worst that they've looked since he's been there. And maybe again, that's because, and you could make the argument that maybe the reason they only look good is because they had those 4 NFL draftees. You can make that argument. So we'd have to see what he true how now we don't get to see like him as like coach slash dad. This is pure uncut coaching. Ain't no son, no family, ain't no bloodline in this. This is pure coaching and recruiting. What is the deal now? Like you had that luxury of being able to have your homegrown bred son in the mix at the helm, and now without him, who are you as a again, pure uncut coach.
I don't see what the difference is if it's your son or not. How great I'm just not. It's just not computing like the difference. Like if you're a good coach and you know how to coach players, I feel like hell, you was his coach his whole entire life. If that makes any sense. At least for his whole career. I don't understand how you you may have a certain relationship with Shadur, but at the end of the day, the relationship that I seen, there was not really much fatherly to son. It was a lot of player to coach. They had moments in between, but from what I've seen from a coaching, he was still his own quarterback. And you've seen a lot of own Shadur stuff in it. But at the same time, though, it was a lot of coaching involved. Like I didn't see a lot of the fatherly son aspect on the field. Of course, if he got hit hard, maybe, but other than that, I know he was coaching the team. So I feel like we're taking credit away from Coach Prime because at the end of the day, when he lost, he reacted the exact same way. When he lost last year and the year before, that was bullcomb. That was horrible. That was this, and it was moments of the same moments. It was moments where the Colorado offensive line didn't hold up. It was moments where their defense couldn't stop nothing. It was several moments where it was like, okay, it was just a bad game. Now, granted, 0-3 is pretty bad, but at the same time, though, it's just like the 0-3, right? 1-2, and they've been there. So I mean, granted, the star power isn't there, but I still feel like the organization that he's building is still trending up, just not as strong as it was before. So therefore, I wouldn't mind going there. If I'm a top prospect, I look at it as more of an opportunity. Like he already proved he can coach high talented, high caliber players. So why wouldn't I want to go there if I think I'm the best? That's why I get confused from it. I'm like, I get okay, the stars are gone, but if he was able to coach them to not sucking anymore, why wouldn't I want to go to an organization? So that's how I look at it, man. Like nothing about his losses scream out different from the last 2 years. Only thing is, like I said, he had more high caliber players then.
Um, so they had obviously they had they had Travis Hunter obviously got drafted. Shador Sanders got drafted. LeJounte Wester, he got drafted. Jimmy Horn Jr. drafted. And then that's four I just named that was drafted. Yeah. One, two. Yeah. So you got those four who got drafted. And then you have BJ Green who was undrafted. Shiloh, obviously, he ended up getting cut undrafted. Will Shepard, he went undrafted. Cameron Selman, he went undrafted. So I hear what you're saying. If you're great, why wouldn't you want to be coached by the great? I think sometimes when you talk about the dynamics of being drafted into the NFL, as much as football in itself is viewed as a team sport, if you're a great individual player, they will find you, as how the old adage always goes. So you could be at Colorado, y'all could not be winning, but people could say, oh, well, like, he's a great lineman. Like he had though, like they can't protect the quarterback. He hasn't gave up any personal sacks on the quarterback and those things of that nature. And maybe even though they may not be winning, may not be the team that they once were, the coaching staff is enough to help those players develop and possibly make connections into being drafted or being put in a position to have a good chance at being drafted. When you think about all the Hall of Famers and NFL experience that is on that coaching staff, but if we just like if Prime like talking to me saying like, "Hey, we want you, like we trying to win, we're gonna turn this thing around with you," I'm gonna be skeptical like to jump at that offer.
Did he not do it already? Twice?
Yes, he did it with Jackson State, and he has done it with Colorado. Colorado. Yes,
Have we
he.
forgot? Have we forgot?
No, we can't have a recency bias. I understand the recency bias that can be there with the 1 and 2 start, but again, like you know what was the common denominator and who you did it with? Your son and Travis. I'm just saying, Coach Travis and Shador era. What is Coach Prime as a head coach? That's all I'm saying. I feel like that's a legitimate question.
The doors of the pod are open.